So just when you think the MrBeast stuff is gonna die down, more information comes out about someone he used to work with. And I guess when you have that many subscribers, there are gonna be a lot of people that want to speak out against you. And unfortunately, MrBeast knows this, and apparently replied to this guy who made a video on him titled, "I worked for MrBeast, he's a fucking sociopath," with, "From now on, using my content in your videos may result in a YouTube strike leading to the termination of your account. I prefer if we cooperate and fix this issue privately." Now, I don't know if he was just speaking to that guy directly or just everyone in general who uses clips of his videos. But obviously, that's what he wants. His brand is huge, and right now it is being under attack, and he's trying his hardest to just move on and hope that people eventually forget about this. But it's been, what, a month? Not even? And there are people coming out what seems like daily just talking shit about you. Like, hey, did you know that this guy used to work for him? Did you know that he has ties to the Nazi? But in this instance, we're not going to be focusing on MrBeast. We're going to be focusing on somebody he worked for. Somebody who worked for him. Again. Someone who was actually pretty vocal when it came to Chris and everything he was getting exposed for. So if you follow the MrBeast lore, then you probably know about Jake the Viking. I don't, but apparently he used to work for MrBeast only to be fired like everyone else who couldn't handle the beast mentality. MrBeast is a different animal and the same beast. But as soon as this Chris Tyson drama started to unfold, this guy was like Jimmy Neutron. Get it? But he's also like, while we're at it, Chris should tell everyone how old the girl was he was snapping that sent him his first pair of Gucci slides. And I think he even tripled down after that. And obviously you guys know to never double down. So things already weren't looking good for him already. It's just the Ava situation had everyone's attention, so no one saw the triple down happening. If I was there, best believe I'd be like, Jake, honey, baby, sweetie, stop. And here's why. So apparently Keemstar tweeted out, Chris Tyson was right. And I'm like, Keem, I just got here. Right about what? And it looks like Chris was throwing shots at Jake and said, never asked Jake how he protected his kid or his family from his brother-in-law. And then he says, who you keep at your company describes a lot about you. And I'm assuming this had to be before everything happened, because there's no way Chris is talking like this after everything he's just got exposed for. But regardless, he also posts a picture that doesn't say a name or anything, but it does say convictions, and then that to a person between the ages of 1 to 11 in the state of Delaware. Keemstar then posts another tweet from 2018 of someone saying, so I'm watching MrBeast and they keep calling Jake the Viking Delaware. Since I'm from Delaware, I'm curious as to why they call him Delaware. Because Delaware's a sick fucking nickname. No further explanation needed. But Jake is like, they're calling my brother-in-law / manager Delaware. And it's because that's his name. Right, like your last name is the Viking. But like this says, this was back in 2018. Fast forward to yesterday, and Drama Alert posts this video, and they don't give a name, so I'm sorry if I'm not name dropping you, but MrPoop.org over here exposes MrBeast and Jake the Viking for knowingly letting a convicted sex offender, boom, film videos with him.
Well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender, on the registry and everything, who worked there. And like, you can, someone pees in public, you're on the registry, you get it. You can still have a job after you're on that's one thing. You go to prison, you get rehabilitated, that's one thing. If you do your time, that's fine. I think there should be rehabilitation in this country. But that guy, from what I hear, I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people, and they knew that. And he's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started. He'll be in videos. He'll be in thumbnails. He'll be around. And whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face can be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask? Like, do I have to... Is it more on the nose, or?
Now, obviously, these are some pretty wild accusations. But if we were to just look at the info that was given, it's going to be pretty hard to deny all of this. Jake even said this while arguing with someone a month ago. The person said, I think I'm going to tell the school about your brother's criminal record so that you can't record high schoolers anymore. Ooh, super hot fire type kind of comeback. But then Jake is like, figured you'd have a shit response. You're shallower than I imagined. Why would the actions of my brother-in-law, with an instance that happened before before I even knew him have to do with me? Take some time to think of a good response. And it's like he did. His response made you play the victim like you weren't talking shit to him a tweet before that. And it's not even just the fact that Jake is confirming his brother's past. Keemstar posted a side-by-side picture of the guy wearing a mask in the video and his brother's mugshot, and he tags him like, is this true? And if we were to just invert the picture so that they're at the same angle, it's gonna be pretty hard to convince me that this is not him, considering everything else they have on him. The Delaware nickname is the thing that gives it away the most. Why the fuck would you nickname yourself the state where you committed a sex crime in? I know that's probably where he's from, but he didn't pick that because of his Delaware pride. He did that so that no one could find out who he is, knowing that millions of people watch MrBeast videos. But it is kinda, actually it's very hypocritical for Jake to be like, Jimmy knew when he knew that his brother-in-law was a convicted sex offender, but still had him work on a channel whose main audience is kids. Also, I did find out who made the video that Keemstar posted, so I'll put that up when I mentioned that I didn't know his name earlier. But this is like a 23-minute video, and I skimmed through it to see if there was anything I could use for my video, and I shit you not, I skipped to like 15 minutes in, and he was asking rappers to DM him.
Hey, can I get a rapper to DM me? I want to do parody songs of all the Kendrick Drake diss raps. You know, something like a Hassan, keep the family away. Moist, keep the family away. Wop, 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 wop.
I'm not saying that makes this video any less valid, but it just makes more sense for me to be like, you guys can go watch it if you want to see what he has to say. This is also the actual video that Keemstar got the clip from, and this one is 50 minutes long, so best believe I'm not going to go through all of that, but you guys can. But yeah, guys, I feel like it's every day now that a former employee of MrBeast is coming out of nowhere to talk shit about him. And it's like, alright, he didn't sexually assault you, so I don't want to hear that you needed the courage to come out and speak up against him. This is something you guys have found out and have been keeping a secret for over 5 years now. Not personally this guy for 5 years, but all this information that's coming out now should have been coming out sooner rather than later. Hopefully MrBeast finally weeded out all the bad people from his group so he can continue going on about his business, but considering how many people are still coming out with 20+ minute videos about him, it looks like we got another month or two before everything starts to actually slow down. Until then, I don't know if you guys could hear it, but fuck these gardeners and their yard work. Till tomorrow. Peace.